Are live. Yes, we are live. This is Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion, your executive coach, and I am the CEO of Totally Unique Educational Consultants. And today I have with me my beautiful sister cousin, Mrs. Sherelle Thomas. And listen, we have been trying to do this. We're finally here. We're just going to do it. Sherelle's at the library, so you may get a little background chatter, but just bear with us. And we're just excited. We're going to be talking about all things emotional etiquette. We're going to be talking about the She Rises book launch, and we're going to be talking about the Galentine's events. So, Sherelle, let's get it started, sister girl.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Dr. Cousin Pamela. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad you're here. How long we tried to do? We've been trying to do this since last year, and
Yes,
then we tried to do it on Tuesday, and then we did it yesterday, and our sound was jacked up. And now we're trying
terrible.
it today,
Yeah,
and those people in the background are gonna tear my nerves up. But we're here, and we're doing it. We doing.
I
Tell them
mean,
to go home. Why?
what?
Why are you at the library?
Right, sir.
Why
Go home.
are you at the library anyway? Go home.
It's so annoying. And he's on the
Listen,
headphones.
people trying to learn to get books. Okay, so
And
Sherelle.
you, yes. So listen, you did something last year for one of the fellows up there, Lorenzo Mark Williams, and it was amazing. Everyone did well. However, maybe I'm a little biased because you are related to me, my little cousin. So I'm a little biased, but I have a few questions that I want to ask you. And this is not for me because I know you. This is for people that don't know you. I want to know, this is for someone that does not know you. I want to know, for those that are meeting you for the very first time, who is Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion and what led to this book?
Well, who is Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion? That is the best way to start this conversation. That's a great question. I am first and foremost a goddaughter.
Mhm.
And if you know, you know, right? If you are a believer and you love Jesus, then you know what I mean when I say I'm a goddaughter. First and foremost, I am a woman of resilience. I am a woman of change. I am a woman that is transparent, that is vulnerable, and that is authentic. What you see is what you get.
That's so true.
That is so true. Wasn't always like this, right? But what you see is what you get. I am who I am. I believe in being a lady first and foremost. In the way of my occupation, I am a trauma informed coach. I am an international etiquette consultant, and I am a leader development coach. And so that's who I am in a
Mhm.
nutshell.
Okay, listen. And so, only because I am privy to have known about the book prior to today. Question. Okay, so this book is really, it's really deeply personal. Now, was there a defining moment that told you, hey, Dr. Pam, it's time for you to release this book? Why now?
You know, I think I've had multiple defining moments,
Okay.
but I think why I decided to launch it on Valentine's Day is because that is an intimate, sacred day, and it's a day where people celebrate love and relationship. And I thought, what is the best way for women to celebrate love and relationship of themselves? Primarily because I've been in conversations with women in my circle that have been saying, I'm exhausted, I'm emotionally tired, I'm over it, I'm done, I need a reprieve, I need a, I just need some me time. And so I thought that this would be a great opportunity to create space intentionally so that we could come together and start our journey to wholeness together on Valentine's Day. I just thought it was a great opportunity to do it on Valentine's Day.
Okay. You address trauma and adverse childhood experiences in a very gentle way. Now, why was that important to you? Why is this important to you? And
Well,
will this, excuse me, I'm sorry,
mhm.
is this something that you will be discussing on the Galentine's event as well, which we'll get into that later on in a few moments.
Yes, yes, yes. So I talk about trauma and being in a healed space for trauma because I think it's critical. I think for far too long, women, we carry our trauma way too long. We are self-sacrificing way too much, and we put people before us
Yeah,
way too often, and that leads to burnout. And when you are carrying your childhood trauma into adulthood, that means the little girl inside of you, she's not healed. And when the
yeah,
little girl inside of you is not healed due to your adverse childhood experiences or childhood trauma, then what happens is the little girl inside of you becomes starts to have a voice in
yeah,
your adult leadership role. Whatever type of leadership you are, if you're a big sister, if you're a mother, if you're a teacher, if you're a CEO, it doesn't matter. That little girl, that unhealed little girl in you will rise up and sometimes speak when she's not being spoken to, and it's not always pretty, and it's because of the unhealed childhood experiences. And
okay, mhm,
Carl Jung describes this as the unhealed little girl lying dormant, but still there, just kind of in a subconscious state. But then when there's opportunity to speak, then she speaks.
okay. So I know that you have posted and I've shared it as well about the Galentine event that you're going to have. What inspired you to? Well, this is going to be a twofold question. One, we're going to get into later on about the Galentine. You can tell us how to we can get tickets and whatnot. But I just want to know what prompts you to do this Galentine event.
Well, again, because the day of Valentine's Day is a day of love and relationship. And, we will sacrifice hundreds of dollars to prepare for Valentine's Day, to treat
Yeah,
our significant other on Valentine's Day, but we forget about ourselves. We don't get ourselves anything for Valentine's Day. We don't celebrate ourselves for Valentine's Day. And as a single woman, I don't have a significant other, but I want to do something. And so I figured I would just get a group of ladies together and host something virtually because I can't be in everyone's. Well, I could if you guys host your own Galentine's thing and invite me in. I could host a phenomenal evening for you. But yeah, I wanted to do something where we could collectively come together, us single women,
yeah.
the single women, so that why should we be overlooked for Valentine's Day? And so I decided to do it today and to also have the book launch on the same day because it goes together.
Okay, so I am a widow, obviously, and not obviously, but I am a widow. So what make sell this to me? Because you're saying the single women, and I am single, but I'm not. I'm single by default.
Right.
I'm not
But
single because I want to be. So,
right. But you are single and like you said, you are a widow. Th-
mhm,
You are still going through your healing journey for healing from the loss of your husband. And so
yeah,
this would be a great space for you to, um, just be intentional about, yes, I'm going to have another layer of healing. I want to release another layer or even become more aware of what are the intricate parts about my husband passing that
mhm,
are still, that are still holding me. What am I still holding that I may need to release? So this
yeah.
would be a space where you can come and learn about your emotions at a more in-depth level and then explore them so that you can really walk away with a better understanding of this is why I feel the way I feel. This is why I am the way I am about the passing of my husband. And then what are the choices that I'm going to make to move forward with my healing?
Okay. Question: What does it mean when you say healed women rise differently? What does that
Well,
mean?
healed women rise differently and healed women lead differently. What I mean by that is, and I can speak from personal experience
Okay.
as a woman that has been trauma bound or was trauma bound for over 30 years, right?
Mhm.
trauma bound for over 30 years, but that did not stop me from trying to do things to be successful. But I couldn't, because I was so emotionally weighed down that I just could not get far enough because of the weight of the trauma that was. I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't execute things efficiently because I wasn't whole. And when you aren't whole, and when you're burdened down with emotions, it alters who you are, your personality, your disposition, your essence, your presence, how you show up. It alters that. And so what I mean by healed women rise differently, when you can find out why you are the way that you are, and then make a conscious decision on, I know I'm like this, I know why I'm like this, but I get to choose how I show up. Then when you start making intentional choices that you're not going to show up bleeding on other people, you're not going to show up bleeding on yourself anymore, then you can rise differently, and you can lead differently. And when you lead differently, when you lead authentically and vulnerably and transparently, the people that are following you can see that. They can
Yeah.
feel that you're different. And so that's what I mean by healed women rise differently, and healed women lead differently.
So the Galentine event, it's amazing. But give us a little bit of what can we expect? What will Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion give us? What are we going to have? Are we going to should we bring a pad and pencil? I mean, talk to us. Tell us what do we need? What do we have?
Well, first, when you register for the Galentine's event, you automatically get the e-workbook and journal. So that is
Okay.
going to be your pad and pen. So you can download that, or, use it on your electronic device. And so you won't necessarily need a pad and pen unless you just want to bring one. So you'll get that. We're going to start the evening off with a guided meditation. And so I know I originally said, oh, it's going to be phenomenal. I know I originally said come at 7 o'clock. The guided meditation is not, you don't have to do it, but if you want to participate in that, we're starting that at 6:30. But the actual, when I'm going to start with the author's read and get into the full programming of what the event is going to be, that's going to start at 7 o'clock. And so we'll have the guided meditation. I'm going to do the author's read. I'm going to do some micro coaching from the book around emotional etiquette, which is what this particular part one of the Healing Journal series is about, emotional etiquette. And so I'm going to do some coaching on that. And I'm going to do some giveaways, and, just have some, just get into your hearts and souls a little bit, tap into your minds. But more importantly, it's for you to tap into
Yeah.
for you to become a little more intimate with yourself inwardly. That's what it's really all about.
So back up. So you're saying that we're gonna be able to download our pad and our pencils. Oh my
You,
gosh, are you
you'll be able to
serious?
download your
Our
your
journal?
workbook. Yep, your
Okay,
workbook and
okay,
journal. You'll be able to
okay.
download it. And I'm going to read a little bit from the book, and talk a little bit about what emotional etiquette is, and how do you put it into execution so that you can see the measurable results of it. And just create a space where we can just be still for a moment.
Yeah.
I've encouraged women to light your candles, wear your favorite loungewear, bring your chocolate covered strawberries, invite your girlfriends over and create an impromptu. That's what I'm doing. I'm creating an impromptu Valentine's Day event here at my home. I'm going to have a few of my closest women that are in my life over, and I'm going to do it live, and with my people here with me, but it's also going to be a virtual event. So I just want to be able to do what God gave me to do. And that is to touch the hearts and souls of women and girls, to evoke a change in the behavioral responses to their traumatic experiences. Because I can't heal anybody, right?
You're
I
right.
can take you on a journey, but I can't, I can give you the information, but it's up to you to do the implementation, right? But I can instruct you how to change your behavioral responses to your traumatic experiences, which is what I do as a coach.
Okay, now how can viewers that are listening, how can they get the book and how can they join this event?
You could same way, the same link. You can go to Stan, like short for Stanley, stan.store / I am Dr. Dr. Pamela, Pamala, no E's. So it's stan.store / I am Dr. Pamela.
And okay, and will you also post this on your social media
Yeah.
accounts?
Well, I'm not certain if it's going to be, it's probably not going to be live on social media
No, no, no,
because
no, no. The website. Or
oh yeah, the
no.
website is
Yeah.
on all my
Okay.
social media platforms.
Okay.
You can go to, you can reach out to me on I am Dr. Pamela and all my social media platforms. And yeah, it's I'm so excited about it because emotional etiquette. I mean, when I tell you God gave me that, like
Yeah.
birthed that in me, and it really came from my healing journey. I actually took my healing journey process and put it onto paper, and it was more than just polishing the outside. You know, it was doing the inward work as well, so that my polish on the outside will be more luminescent, if you will. You know,
Hmm.
people can
Yeah.
tell when you're not healed. People can tell when you show up with your mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
People can tell when you show up when and you're not authentic and genuine. People can tell. And so I just wanted to create a space where, we could come together with no false pretenses. Just come as you are. If you don't want to turn your camera on, don't turn your camera on. If you just want to, have people just you don't want to be visible, you don't have to be visible. This is a non-judgment, come as you are. Just bring your stuff with you. Let's unpack a little bit of it and let's just start. Let's start.
And you know what, Dr. Pam, what I love is that you talk about emotional etiquette so much. But I do have a question. What can you say, not giving away everything that's going to happen Saturday, but for a woman that has been strong for so long, because I've had to be strong for a long time, and now I'm in a vulnerable position where I just, some days I just can't be strong. So will you cover some of that? Because you, like I said, you're constantly talking about emotional etiquette.
Mhm.
So are you going to tap in for people, women that have been strong for so long? Are you going to tap in and help us to break that barrier?
Absolutely. Now,
Okay.
understand we can't break the barrier in one night, right?
No, no, no,
But yeah,
no. I know,
yeah,
but for
but
me, try.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. But yes, absolutely. And this was created for us strong women.
Mhm.
For us women that have had to hold everybody else down all the time, or, there just wasn't a space where you could feel like, I don't want to be the pillar of strength. I don't want to be, I don't want to have to be the go-to person. I don't want to have to be the battery that everybody taps into
Mhm.
to be charged up. What happens when Supergirl or Superwoman, what happens when
Yes.
she feels weak? Where does she go?
Mhm.
Right? And I've often felt like that. And so, you know, this is a time and a space for us strong women. And sometimes we're strong visibly, right?
Yeah.
We show up, we got a power suit on, we're carrying our designer bag, we got our hair on, our eyebrows are on fleek, the makeup is beat, the nails are flawless. We're presenting like everything is okay because that's how we have to. We show up with our representative, right? We show up because this is the person that you want to see. You don't want to see me in my vulnerability. You want to see Superwoman. You want to see
Right.
Wonder Woman, right?
Right.
And so this was absolutely, originally when I came up with the concept, it was going to be for executive leaders.
Mhm.
Right. And then I said, you know what? Women lead in all different capacities and women have to wear masks in all different arenas of their lives. I know because I did many phases of masks. There isn't just one. There are many
Right.
phases of masks. They grow with you, right? And so this particular evening and this particular part of the series, Emotional Etiquette, is talking all about that, all about taking off the mask, just showing up as who you are unapologetically. This is it. This is what you get. Okay. is who you are getting, and it's up to you to receive it or not. But I won't make excuses or apologies about who I am or how I show up anymore. You know what
I
I
love
mean?
it. Listen, girl, you just, if I could just be me, girl, you know, you got it
Just
going
be you.
on.
Just be
Yeah,
you. Just be
yeah,
you. And Sherelle, to that point, people always say, "Oh, you extra. Oh, you're so extra. Why you gotta be so extra?" I'm not. I'm not trying to be extra, right?
hmm
But
hmm
I am intentionally being my totally unique self, right? I'm not extra. I'm extraordinary, but I'm extraordinarily excellent. I'm extraordinarily exceptional, but I'm not extra, right? Do I do things in a way that are different from most people? Yeah, I do. Why? Because I believe in excellence and I believe in presenting myself with excellence. And so
yeah,
if I want to wear if the attire is dressed down and that's not what I do, then don't judge me. You know I'm coming with a blazer on. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, you
yeah,
know this. It's not extra. It's my totally unique representation of myself. And I just really want people to grasp the concept of just let people be who they are without casting judgment. What if I said because you're not like me, you're not enough? Why
mm,
you know what I'm saying? Why you so extra? Why you not enough? You
right,
know what I'm saying? But
right.
I don't look at people like that. But I'm just saying, when you're judging people, and it's not always a compliment. I know it's not a compliment when people are telling me, "Oh, look, at she's so." It's going to always be extra, if that's what you want to call it. It's going to always be that because that's me. That's my totally unique representation of myself, right? So I want us to also to just be in a space where we're able to be non-judgmental and accepting of the next sister. Just let her be who she is without judgment, because
I
I'm going to
love
let you
that.
be who you are.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And I am so excited um, to be a part of this Galentine. You are unique, but you are totally unique.
And
And
so are
I
you.
just love the way you do. The only thing that I don't love is that for my birthday, I did ask you for a suit and you didn't bring it, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that another time. However, I am excited about being a part of this Galentine. Ladies, if you're out there listening, which I know y'all better be, y'all better get your tickets. When I tell y'all this is amazing, she is awesome. It's only, I'm gonna let her tell how much it is, and it's cheap. It costs less than flowers, candy, and a stuffed animal. I promise you. But most importantly, this is an anointed woman of God. She is amazing. I am literally having a cousin's date on Saturday. However, we are breaking so that we can be a part of this. It's amazing. Dr. Pamela, one more time, in closing, can you give us the information of how we can get tickets one more time? Because, you know, people say, well, I missed where I can get the tickets at. Tell us one more time how we can get the tickets. And let me say this, for those ladies that live in Atlanta, Georgia, she will be coming to Atlanta. I got to get the dates together, but she will be coming, and I promise you all of my ladies that's all, I think it's 800 or something of you all. I promise you it's going to be first come, first serve. And you definitely want to be a part of anything that Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion does. She's amazing. So, Dr. Pamela, in closing, could you one more time give us the website so that we could be able to get our tickets for Saturday's
Sure.
Galentine?
The personal investment for this experience is going to be $59,
Cheap.
and inexpensive, cost effective, and worth it because it's an investment in you, right?
Right.
And
Amen.
you can register at stan.store/I am Dr. Pamela. But let me just say this too, guys. I did not pay Sherelle to do this. Okay. I know Sherelle is saying I'm amazing and all that stuff.
No.
And it may sound like I paid Sherelle, but
Mm-mm.
I promise you guys, I did not pay Sherelle to say I didn't even know Sherelle. Listen, I receive it, but I did not pay Sherelle. And as a matter of fact, my cousin has only heard me speak one time,
Once. Yeah.
and that was last year. And people were at the table doing what, Sherelle?
Crying. And I was sitting there looking at them like, okay, you're doing too much because I need to be crying, but I can't because I have to console you. When I say you did it for Lorenzo Marks, was it Walk Like a Man, Dress
Dress
Like a
like a man,
somebody,
just like
whatever
a
it
man,
was.
act like a lady. Just like a
Uh,
man, act like a lady.
yeah,
Something
all
like
of his speakers were phenomenal. He did an amazing job.
it was.
But I think for me, because you're my cousin and because I know you, I was just in awe, like, oh my God. And I was looking at you like, is this the same? Because we just recently found out we were blood cousins. We didn't know. And I was looking at you like, is this the same girl that tried to beat me up when I was little? Uh-huh.
Sherelle, you,
Yeah. Okay. So, and I was looking at you saying, you know, is this the same girl? Is this the same lady who it took 12 years for her to get her PhD? Every time me and Deanie came to town and we wanted to take her out to eat, she couldn't because she working on her dissertation. I was like, oh my God, is this the same young lady who has had so much trauma? And I love the way that what the devil meant for evil because the trauma that you went through was horrible. And I'm sure you're going to tap into that Saturday. But God turned it around and made it great.
mhm.
And what Rochester, New York does not know, and what New York State does not know, the jewel that they have in you, because you are amazing, amazing. And no, you didn't pay me to say this. You didn't even pay me to do this. However, because I believe in you and I know what you've been through and I believe in your vision. It was an honor to sit here and talk with you for these few minutes. And I'm going to be online. And if y'all want to continue to be my friends and my cousins, you better get online as well. It's only $59, rounded up to 60. But it's amazing. I promise you, you won't be you will not be disappointed. It's amazing. Dr. Pamela, I have to go. I'm sorry, but if we need to do this again anytime, let me know. I believe in you. I'm excited to be a part.
Thank you,
And,
sister cousin.
well, hold on, make sure my teeth don't have nothing black in it. Okay, it doesn't.
No, you good. You
So, okay. I love you so much. This is amazing. I have an
good.
appointment and I will see you on Saturday at the Galentine. I ain't doing no
Thank
meditation, but
you.
I'll be there for everything else. I'm
Yeah, I
excited.
know. I know, Sherelle. I
7 o'clock, I'll be there.
you gotta love her. Thank you so much, sister cousin. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you for
much,
doing
Sister
this.
Cousin. I love you.
All
And I'm
right.
glad you hung the phone up. Oh,
Okay. Yes, you're still live.
sorry. Okay, bye
That's
bye.
Sherelle. Sherelle, you can't be yelling at people in the library. You're in a public space, okay?
Oh, oh, sorry.
Did you just tell the man, I'm glad you hung the phone
Yeah,
up?
like, why were you talking?
Don't you see
You
I'm
don't
on
see I'm
a
talking to
live?
Dr. Pamela Brown-Grinion. Yeah, like, what? Okay, love you. I'll call you later.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye, girl. Guys, there you have it. A live interview with one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, my sister cousin. And we say sister cousins. Well, first we were just cousins, and then we just play cousins, and then we just became so very close that we became sister cousins. And now that we know that we're actually blood cousins. We just held on to the sister cousin title. So I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what you can expect. And again, this is not just for my C-suite executive leaders that I predominantly work with. This is for any woman who is a leader. And it's not because someone told you you were a leader. If you feel like you are a leader, but you feel like you are carrying some stuff on the inside that doesn't make you feel completely whole, then this is your opportunity to come and just start to explore you, and to just dig a little deeper and to become a little more, if I ask you three questions or if I ask you three words to describe yourself, probably would have to think about it. But if I ask you to give me three words to describe your best friend, Boom, boom, boom. You'll have them just like that. I want you to get to the point where you can say, you know what, these are the three top traumatic experiences that have held me down, that have kept me hostage, that have caused me to live my life as if my trauma was or is my courtroom, a death sentence, or it caged me so that I don't feel free enough to be my totally unique, authentic self. I want you to get in that space where you'll be able to recognize who you are, why you are the way you are, and then how do you choose to show up, right? And that is exactly what emotional etiquette is. Emotional etiquette is why you are the way that you are and understanding it. So this traumatic experience happened to me. I have these emotional symptoms because of it. The awareness of why you are the way you are. How did you get these feelings, right? And we know that they're associated and attached to something. I want you to be able to identify what that is. What caused you to be right here? Because your emotional etiquette impacts your emotional intelligence, right? Your self awareness and your awareness of others, right? So once you understand why you are the way you are, you can understand who you are, right? And then once you understand who you are, and you can then, now we're on the other side of emotional intelligence, but using emotional etiquette, showing up, but deciding, you actually get to choose, right? You get to choose how you show up with all your emotions while you're being self aware of yourself and of others. You get to actually choose. And I want to teach you how to navigate over to this side of emotional intelligence and that space of emotional etiquette. So you get to decide and you understand that you have the power to control how your trauma shows up in your life, how much power you give it, how it impacts you, and how you respond to it. I want you to be able to embrace that and walk in that every single day and allow that to be your guide. Allow that to be your guide. Okay. Now, you guys know what I'm going to say. What I always say when I'm ending a podcast is I love you, love you, love you with my whole heart. I love you. I do. And with that being said, I want you guys to go and create your totally unique day on purpose. But while you're doing that, always remember that you have the power to control how your trauma shows up in your life, how much power you give it, how it impacts you, and how you respond to it. All right? Ta ta for now. I'll see you guys on Saturday. I'm so excited. If you haven't gotten your ticket, stan.store/ I am Dr. Pamela. And I'll put it in the notes once this live posts. All right? I'll make sure you guys have it. All right. I'll see you Saturday. Bye.